Lately, I've been having quite a few conversations that seem to have the same pattern or the same theme, where people are saying, "Hey, Carol, I believe I'm doing everything right, yet I still can't sleep. I still have a hard time falling asleep, staying asleep, or I wake up still not feeling well." And when I get curious and start asking the questions, what I'm understanding from them is they're doing every behavior right. And they are correct. They are going to bed at the same time. They are maybe taking time for self care during the day. They are going outside in the sunlight, they're exercising, they're maybe eating the right food. So they are doing everything right when it comes to the behavior, but something is still stopping them from sleeping. And so that's what I want to talk about in this video today is looking at the three components to getting to the root cause of your sleep issues, which the three components are your emotional well-being, your mindset, and your behaviors. And so get a look at all three. So that's what I want to talk about today. So for those who don't know me, my name is Carol Richard. I am the founder of the Sleep Success Academy, where I help sleep-deprived individuals really figure out what is at the root cause of their sleep issues. Because if we don't pinpoint exactly why we're not sleeping, it makes it really difficult for us to then do the right behaviors to go to sleep. So if you haven't already done so, you can go to my website, sleepsuccessacademy.com. On the homepage, if you scroll down about halfway through, you'll see where you can get a copy of your free guide, 5 action steps to improve the quality of your sleep. You put your name and email address in there. You'll get a copy in your email box, and you'll also be subscribed to my email list. And you can unsubscribe at every time. I don't send out that many emails, just my weekly email with my YouTube video usually. Or if anything else in the future comes up that I am offering, you'll also get that via email. As well, while you're here, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, so you will also get notified this way of any new videos. All right, so what are these three components? It's such a big part of my work. And I have to say, when I figured out that it wasn't just about behaviors, or it wasn't just about mindset, or it wasn't just about our emotional well-being, but you have to put all three together, something clicked inside of me and my sleep became better. And yeah, I still struggle. Like when I have a busy day or when I have an emotional day, say something happens, of course, my nervous system will get dysregulated. It might be harder to fall asleep, but knowing the three components and knowing what to do in each of them makes it easier for me then to keep my sleep under control, because our bodies, they are biologically wired for sleep. It's a prime need that we have, and our body knows how to sleep. We just sometimes get in the way of it without even knowing it, because it's all below the level of consciousness. So in no particular order, these are the three components we're going to talk about today. The first one is our emotional well-being, which is really the state of our nervous system. The second one is our mindset slash thoughts and beliefs. What are those in there? We're going to talk about that. And the third one is the behaviors, which so many people do right. Not everybody does the behaviors right, but a lot of people start with the behaviors and they're doing everything right, yet they still can't sleep because they haven't looked at their emotional well-being or their mindset. So let's really dive into each one just for a minute or two. It's just too much information for me to give in a 10-minute video, but at least it will start you thinking. That's my intention with this video, is to get you thinking, okay, if I'm doing everything right with my behaviors, do I have a mindset issue or do I have a emotional well-being issue? And how do I maybe start making changes in those components or areas so that I can get my sleep under control? All right, so emotional well-being. Our emotional well-being is really the best way for me to describe it is the state of our nervous system. Do we have a lot of stress in our life? Do we constantly feel anxiety? Do we have a fear of going to sleep? So now the emotional well-being can come into the bedroom at night, because if we spend so many nights not sleeping, all of a sudden we have anxiety about sleep. We have fear about not sleeping. We have the dread of waking up in the morning knowing that we're exhausted. And this is where tapping really comes in. If you don't know about tapping, there's lots of videos on my website. I'll link here a video, can't remember the name exactly, but something about what is tapping and how to use it. And then so you can start looking at that just to learn what tapping is. Is it something you want to learn more of? I have an online course called Tapping into Sleep, and that will actually teach you all about tapping. And I'll link that in the show more notes below. Teach you all about tapping, and from there you can start looking at the three components, because they're part of the course as well. It's just a deeper dive than what I can do here. And so the state of your nervous system, get a look at that. If I'm going to bed and I'm anxious. Because that's, for some reason, that's the word that's coming to mind, because I know a lot of people feel anxiety. Anxiety is just the fight or flight nervous system activation in the body, that, that energy that feels like it. Ugh. And so we start tapping, right? There's a video also, the anxiety that you feel about going to bed. I'll link that here as well, so you can go look at that and help you deal with the emotional well-being. Component number one. Component number two, we're talking about mindset. In the mindset, we're looking at our thoughts and beliefs. The biggest beliefs that I come across are what we call the blocking beliefs. Blocking beliefs are things that really like block us, right? It's the name, it's in the name, like it blocks us from achieving the sleep we want. And there are 5 blocking beliefs. It's not safe for me to go to sleep. It's not possible, right? When we believe that it's just not possible to go to sleep, then our body's not going to fall asleep. I used to have the belief that the off switch for my brain was broken, so it wasn't possible for me to go to sleep. I won't know who I am if I actually achieve good sleep. This is an interesting one, because if our identity is now tied into being a poor sleeper, and all of a sudden I start sleeping better, do I have to perform better in life? Are other people going to expect things from me now that I'm not so sleep deprived? And is somehow my sleep issue keeping me safe? It just, it boggles the mind. I know that, but the blocking beliefs really are below the level of consciousness. And once we can pinpoint which blocking belief gets in the way of your sleep, and it might take a little bit before your nervous system gets comfortable in allowing that information up to the conscious mind. And so that's where all 3 components have to go together, right? Because our nervous system has to create safety enough for us to look at the mindset. And so I said, it's not safe, it's not possible, I won't know who I am, I won't belong if I get good sleep, and I can't remember the last one. Anyway, regardless, it's part of the program as well that I have, tapping into sleep. How do we look at those blocking beliefs, and how do we tap through them so that we can start creating new neural pathways and create new empowering beliefs out of them? And the third component is our behaviors, right? And so if you are going to bed at the same time, if you are taking time in the evening to wind down before bed, if you are not drinking coffee after noon so that you don't have all this caffeine in your brain stimulating you, if you are building enough sleep drive by doing exercise during the day, and you're still not sleeping, then you have to look at component 1 or 2. Is it your emotional well-being, or is it your mindset? And when you put all 3 together, then you can start creating better sleep for yourself. Your body knows how to do it. We just got to get out of the way and let our mind and body achieve the sleep that it knows how to, once we look at all 3 components. So I hope this was helpful for you, where you can actually start maybe thinking for yourself. And I'd be curious, post a comment below. Which component do you think you need to work on first? Because if you start with the behavior, what I've seen, people that start with the behavior, they actually most likely will only make their emotional well-being worse and their mindset worse, because they're doing everything right, yet they're still not sleeping. So it creates more negative feelings and emotions about our sleep. It really makes us believe that we're broken when we're not. And it's very fixable. It just takes time and work, because there's no quick fix in getting our sleep back on track when we haven't slept for years. So that's it for today. Again, leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, email me, support@sleepsuccessacademy.com. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.